This video, I'm going to go over the brand new zoning interface within the Manual J application on the latest version of Cool Calc. This screen really replaces the Rooms and System tab that previously was located on the HVAC Systems section in the legacy version of Cool Calc, where you had to click on a system and then use that tab to assign various rooms to that specific system. So if you had a house with multiple systems, you would go into each system, you would specify which rooms belong to that system, and you could also specify if they were being heated or cooled by that system. So you could have rooms that were heated by one system and cooled by another. This screen essentially accomplishes that same thing. It just uses a graphical interface to do it. And we've also layered on the capability not only to assign rooms to a system, but also rooms to a zone, and then those zones to a system. And why is that important? It's important for a few things. Some people like to be able to see the breakdown by zone. It's also helpful when we go to do duct design in having rooms segmented by zone, because we can enforce certain validations around what trunks can go to what zones and do some balancing within our duct system. So you'll see when we do some of our duct videos why it's beneficial to have that laid out. But a zone is not just pertinent to ductwork. This is also an application that can handle multi-zone mini splits, which are becoming more and more prevalent. So you can, in this program, not only use zones to configure ducted zones, but also individual heads on a mini split system where you want to group certain rooms to a specific head and other rooms to another. You can even specify when you do that, which of those indoor heads are truly ductless heads and which ones are ducted, because mixed ducted ductless systems are becoming more and more popular these days. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of how to use this particular screen. It's fairly intuitive. It starts by asking how many zones in the right-hand corner here this system has. I'm going to say 3, and just pay careful attention to what system you're actually on. If you do have more than one system in a house, we call them work scopes. You can see I'm on the basement system. So I'm going to say this basement system, which handles the basement and the first floor, has 3 zones. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to be prompted to now select the rooms that belong to zone 1. So I'm just going to go and put all of these south-facing rooms on one zone. It will automatically assign a color. By default, the name of the zone is zone 1. I can come in here and edit it if I want to call it south zone or something more intuitive. We also used to only allow users to control the indoor design temps at the system level. Now we allow you to do that at the zone level. So we got some feedback from users that wanted to maintain, for example, a basement zone at a different temperature than the upstairs zone. So now we allow you to have different temperatures per zone, and we'll behind the scenes do a mixed air calc to determine the effect that that has on the return airflow. Once I'm done assigning my first zone rooms, I just proceed to zone 2, so follow the prompts at the bottom, and then I can go and click all the rooms that I want to be part of zone 2. So maybe I want all my north-facing rooms to be zone 2. I could have also zoned this east to west. If I proceed to zone 3, I can now toggle to a different level. In this case, I'm going to click on my basement, and I'm going to do my entire basement as zone 3. And this is where I can come in and change my temps. If a particular zone is not going to be heated or cooled, you can also toggle off a particular one of these settings. So in this case, if I didn't want the basement to be cooled and only heated, I could do that, and you'll see the lines become diagonal. The reason we did it this way is because we do allow rooms to be heated by one system and cooled by another. So there's a potential to have 2 different colors in here. In this case, I'm just going to leave it as heated and cooled. If you need to remove a zone, you can either click the X under the selected rooms over here, and it will remove it, and you can add it back. Or we've added a shortcut where you can click on a zone that you've already assigned, and actually move it to another zone as well. So if I wanted this to be part of zone 2 instead of zone 3, I could do that as well. For I mentioned for ductless systems, this would just be replaced with the ability to do indoor heads, and I'll show that in another video. That's it for today.